We got ourselves a delivery today. Finally. Sure takes a while for these to ship for some reason. But finally got them. Well, so there they are, unboxed, I guess. And you can see the brand here. They are, I say SUNF. Not sure exactly how that's how they say their name, but I'm sure this is a China or something company. But they do have really good reviews on Amazon. And they are cheaper versions of the bighorn. I'm sure you guys have heard of the bighorn tires. I had a set of bighorn tires on my last 6x6, and you know, these are not the same tires. They're cheaper tires, so I'm not exactly sure how they're going to work out. But I did like the tread pattern of those tires, and you can see these. They look identical to me. They do have a kind of a weird diamond pattern here on the side lugs. But other than that, it looks really, really close to those bighorns. And the 6x6, I'm pretty much going to use that thing like kind of like a tractor. So this kind of tread is going to suit those kind of jobs. You know, heavy loads and using my back blade and stuff like that. So possibly even snow plowing someday, but we'll see about that. But anyway, you see I only got 4 here right now. I actually ordered 2 before. I mounted them up and made sure they were going to fit on the back of the 6x6 because there's limited space between the tires. And believe it or not, these are a 26x10-12. So they're 26, supposed to be 26 inches in diameter, 10 inches wide. And then, of course, they go on a 12-inch rim. That's what I have. But a lot of these tires are, especially these UTV and ATV tires, they can be undersized and they can be oversized. I've noticed, seems like more of them undersize their tires than what they really are. And I ordered these 26s because I anticipated that they were going to be undersized. 26 I don't think is going to work on a 6x6. So anyway, like I said, I ordered these anticipating they were going to be around 25 and a half would probably be the max you could stick on that. And with these tires mounted on a 12x7 at the recommended 14 psi, they are 25 and a half inches in diameter. So they're not really a true 26-inch tire. When I ordered those bighorns were actually, I had 25x10-12s on there, and they were a true 25-inch tire. So that's why it's going to work out here. These are a little bit bigger, which actually I kind of like that because the bigger the tire, it fills in everything more. It just looks better. So the half an inch more over those other bighorns I had, 25 and a half, going to be perfect, I think, for the 6x6. Plus it gives you that, going to give me that 1/4 inch more height. So that'll be a good thing, I guess. But anyway, guys, I'm letting these actually warm up because they were outside in the cold. I really don't want to mount them up cold. They're already very stiff. They're pretty darn stiff sidewalls and stuff like that. So the colder they are, the harder they are going to be to work with. So I'm just letting them warm up. Going to go over to my brother-in-law and use my old tire equipment. and get these mounted up. I can handle these little UTV tires. Big tires, more of a struggle, really hard on my back, but I think I can handle these. So we're gonna get these mounted up. Okay, so we're installing the valve stem into the wheel. First thing you're going to need is the right valve stem, the right size for the hole in your wheel, and also the right length. These are shorter ones for ATVs, and I guess you can use them for cars. Cars usually use a longer one. And then I got my tool to install it. You're going to stick it through the hole. I'm going to thread my tool onto the threads of the valve stem, and we're just going to pull it through. Simple as that. Thread it on. I like to use something to stop my wheel from getting scratched. And then you want to just pull it straight up. Kind of feels like you're going to rip it, but these are really strong. And that's all there is to it. Valve stem installed. Okay, so one other quick tip, guys, is with these valve stems. I wanted a black valve stem. All I had was these chrome valve stems. A lot of the times, if you take the cap off, this chrome part will actually come off of the stem. So then you have the black stem that I wanted. I know I got chrome cap here, but that's easily changed to a black one if you want to go with all black. But it's just a quick tip on these valve stems. If all you can find is a chrome one, sometimes they just pop right off. Okay, so mounting a tire, I like to use this paste, this tire paste. I think it works a lot better than soapy water or the other soapy stuff that you can get for changing a tire. Once you use some of this paste, you'll never go back to the water. I love this stuff. Also helps to mount the bead much better than soapy water. Highly recommend some of this paste. Okay, so I got my tires mounted up. I'm reinstalling these simulated bead lock bolts all the way around the lip of the rim. And before I did this, I cleaned it up. I blew out these holes. You'd be surprised the junk that gets in there. Even the factory doesn't clean that out very good. before they put the screws in. You can wreck the threads if there's stuff in there, and you try to put these in there. Once you wreck the threads, these aren't going to stay in there. It's not going to affect the rim any how it works, but you're going to be missing a bolt, and I think it's going to look funny. So if you want to keep these on there, I suggest blowing these holes out before you reinstall the bolts. There's a little O-ring on each one of these for some reason. I don't know if that's going to seal them or not, but there's an O-ring on there, so I'm putting them back the way they came off. Starting them by hand so I don't cross thread it. It's aluminum with very small threads, so it'd be really easy to cross thread these. Just snugging these up. It's just going into aluminum. So there we go, guys. I think they look awesome. Cannot wait to get these things mounted up on the machine. I'm going to start with the 14 psi that they recommend in the tire. May go down from there, but I'm going to start with the 14. So we're going to get the machine in here, get it mounted up. I think I'm going to do that in a separate video, guys. These videos get so long, and I think a lot of people don't click on them. So I think I'm going to get this video out for the tire choice. And then I'll bring you back. We'll do another video of the mounting. So, okay, so one more thing on these tires is they say they're not directional. So you can mount the tire either way on the tire, so it don't matter which direction they are. But if you see right here, there is an arrow, which I'm not exactly sure why there's an arrow. I'm looking at this tread trying to figure out if it should go a direction, but either way you go with this tread, it looks the same to me, so I don't think it's directional. I did mount 3, so they went the one way and then the other 3 going the other way. So I did mount them like they were directional. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them that way. The whole reason for getting the same tires, same rims all the way around was to be able to rotate them. This 6x6 is kind of hard on the rear tires and the front tires. So I was going to rotate that middle one throughout the whole thing to try to wear these tires completely out and get the maximum money out of these things. But we'll see, guys. I just thought that was kind of interesting that there's an arrow on there when they say they're not directional. They don't look like directional tires to me, but there is an arrow on the sidewall for some reason. I did not balance these tires. This machine is probably going to see 20 miles an hour once in a great while. It's not a high-speed machine at all. So I didn't feel the need to balance these. They are fairly heavy tires, I will say that. The tire and rim combo is pretty heavy, but this 6x6 is geared pretty low, so I don't think the weight of the tires is going to do much. And like I said, this is not a speed demon. It's just kind of putting around and work. So the big heavy tires aren't going to affect anything. I guess, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you.